Hello everyone, my name is Ahmad Omar. I'm from University of Florida, and today I am interviewing Dr. David Picha. First, I would like to thank him for giving us some time for this interview. And my first question is, what is your horticulture specialization, and what are the primary position you have here?
Thank you, Ahmed. It's a pleasure, an honor, and a pleasure to do the interview. I am a professor of horticulture and director of the School of Plant, Environmental, and Soil Sciences at Louisiana State University. My specialty is post-harvest physiology of horticultural crops, and I've been at the LSU for the last 43 years.
Thank you. So, what has the horticulture mean to you, to your life and your career?
Well, horticulture has been pretty much the center of my entire life. I grew up on a family fruit and vegetable operation in south of the Twin Cities in Minnesota. So that's where I learned all my practical knowledge about horticultural crops. My family, parents grew a diversity of fruits, vegetables, bedding plants. So I got a chance to really be involved in the whole value chain of production, all the way through marketing of a wide diversity of fruit and vegetable crops. So that was just the foundation of my interest and passion for horticulture, which I continue to maintain. I then went to the University of Minnesota as an undergraduate in horticultural science, received some excellent instruction and training from the folks there at that time at the University of Minnesota. And then I continued my learning experiences in horticulture went to graduate school in the vegetable crops department at Cornell University. And then I went down to the University of Florida, where I obtained my PhD in horticultural sciences at the University of Florida. And then after graduation, then I accepted an assistant professor position at Louisiana State University, where I've been ever since. I have had a number of roles in addition to research. I teach 4 classes in the horticultural science area, do a fair amount of extension work, not only within Louisiana, throughout the United States, and a lot internationally, actually. And then, of course, eventually moved up in the ranks to full professor and became director of international programs at the LSU Agricultural Center, where I served in that capacity for some time. And the most recent position is director of the School of Plant, Environmental, and Soil Sciences at LSU, which is a combination, a merger about 15 years ago of the former horticulture department and the Department of Agronomy.
That's a long career. So, what do you consider to be the most rewarding part of your career in horticulture?
Well, I think it's providing solutions to a lot of the challenges that the folks have all along the value chain, from producers all the way through marketers. I think when we can use our knowledge and our information to solve some of the challenges that are widespread throughout the horticulture sector, it's really nice to see students that are receive good training, that they've become successful teachers, researchers, extension specialists. I've been able to use my knowledge to help small growers, large growers, not only in the U.S., but throughout the world, overcome some of their challenges and be more sustainable in terms of their production operations, and provide good quality, safe food, and for a number of different crops. I've been able to do a lot of different international assignments where one can see the positive benefits of our knowledge and our information transmitted to the private sector, our stakeholders, and it means a whole lot in terms of them personally and professionally. So I think seeing the opportunities for improvement, professional development of our students, of our stakeholders, and allowing them to be more competitive in their industries, and serving and again overcoming a lot of the challenges that we have in the horticulture sector, and providing solutions to challenges, I think has really been really the most rewarding experience that I've had over my career.
That's great. So, how long have you been a member of the ASHS, and how has the society influenced your career?
I initiated membership in 1976 when I was a graduate student at Cornell in the vegetable crops department. So that's been about 43 years now. And it's been centered to my professional development. It's a great society. I think the opportunities that we have here, not only to learn more information from a wide diversity of sources, from production all the way back to horticulture, through basic horticulture. I think the opportunities for networking and cooperation and collaboration with scientists, not only in the United States, but throughout the world, has been key to my success and everyone else's success. I think it's that ability to transmit our knowledge, glean knowledge from others by attending our national meetings, establishing networks. And in the end, it's all about our business, in addition to research and technical information and training. It's about communication with our stakeholders, with others, collaboration. We have to collaborate in a number of different links along the value chain, especially now when we have to get more opportunity, we have to get more funding. And so when we get more challenges for grants, we have to have a team approach now with other universities, a wide diversity of areas that are required to obtain these grants. So I think that opportunity to meet others, network, communicate what we're doing, learn from others at the society meetings has been really the wonderful experience and opportunities for all members of ASHS.
So with all of this, like, flowing career in horticulture and as a member of the ASHS, what advice can you offer to a student and young professional in horticulture?
Well, I think one should kind of look at the big picture. I think one, it's very important that one does well and is very serious and dedicated to what their responsibilities are, do well in the classes, take it seriously. I think attend these meetings, present your research, get to know people. I think that's one thing that's maybe a little bit neglected when one is young. Getting to know your professors and your teachers, introduce yourself as a student, because it does make a difference in the end. One never knows what the future might hold. Maybe in 10, 20 years, one might need that professor in terms of a letter of recommendation, or maybe you're looking for another job opportunity. So the networking and knowing people and being more of a people person, and definitely introducing yourself to your professors, getting to know them. As professors, we like to know our students. We're not just numbers. So I think that's very important. Communicate well, get to know your fellow graduate students or undergraduate students, because in the end, they're obviously going to be part of the profession, whether it's in the public sector, state land grant universities, ARS, USD ARS, perhaps private sector. So one definitely will need these contacts in the future, and our colleagues often turn out to be very successful and very in leadership positions working at other universities. So take it seriously, establish a strong network as a graduate student with other students, with your professors. Also communicate your research information, attend the national meetings, some great venues. The society's done really well. The locations are really nice, beautiful locations that we've had throughout the United States to attend the national meeting. Also attend your regional meetings if you have a strong regional meeting. I know the Southern region is very strong. So that networking and that communication and that marketing yourself is extremely important, in addition to the technical knowledge. What I would also tell students is be diverse. I mean, it's important to know, have a specialty, but also don't neglect the diversity of knowledge and information that you need to be a well-rounded horticulturalist. Because often when we're called on to solve challenges, to provide solutions to some of the challenges, it's more than just one specific area. So we really have to know the whole big picture of production and processing and marketing, agriculture, economics, pathology, entomology, soils, just many different links in the successful horticulture production chain is very important. So take a diversity of courses, learn the foundations of being a strong horticultural scientist. And I've fortunately had a lot of opportunities to work internationally over the years, which has been very, very rewarding, providing training and technical assistance and information to growers throughout the world. So if the time permits, don't neglect the opportunities maybe to learn another language, because it really opens up a lot of doors. There's a lot of good horticulture research and extension activities and teaching done throughout the world, not just here in the United States. So the more opportunities you have for travel and international engagement, it's just a wonderful personal and professional development learning experiences. So take advantage of that, maybe as a student, if you have an opportunity to do a visiting scholarship somewhere, or maybe a study abroad in another country. It really does open up a lot of doors, develop some future contacts, and makes one appreciate a lot more what we have here in our universities and in our country.
That's a great advice for student and the new generation. So what excites you most about the future of the horticulture industry and profession?
Well, it's a wonderful profession. Many of our jobs, maybe we're working in areas where uh, we don't have that opportunity to really make a positive impact on so many people's lives. I mean, our profession is not only providing this good quality food that's very nutritious and delicious from a food standpoint, from an aesthetic standpoint, or the floriculture industry and ornamental industry. It's such a positive impact that it has on people's lives mentally and physically, of course, as well. Golf courses, I love golf, favorite sports. So that's just a wonderful subsector of our horticulture industry, turfgrass science. And then the production area, fruits and vegetables, as we know, 3 of the top 10 staple food crops that sustain the lives of hundreds of millions of people throughout the world are horticultural crops. Potatoes, obviously, sweet potatoes, cassava. So they provide calories and they provide sustenance and food for millions and millions of people. So overcoming some of the challenges that we have in our country and other countries for staple food crop production means a whole lot to the livelihoods and economic development of millions of people. I think a lot of activities have changed over the years. We're living in a global marketplace now, so it's very important to understand what other countries are doing in terms of their production operations, where they're marketing their products, where other students are coming from. So understand that we're living in a global marketplace and learning more that we, as much as we can from other countries and solving some of their challenges, which are very relevant to some of our horticultural challenges, is extremely important. So I think it's just it's a great profession, and it provides solutions to a lot of the challenges. Some of the environmental issues that we're dealing with, horticulture is often the solution, not the problem. And again, we have good quality, safe food. It's very healthy. Obviously, very important in bioactive compounds, minerals, nutrition. Mentally, very very rewarding aspects of the subsector of horticulture, from again floriculture, ornamentals, turf grass, etc. So many opportunities in horticulture. It's a very wide, diverse profession. We have extremely productive type opportunities in terms of jobs at the university level, at the USDA level, federal level, private companies. If one wants to start their own business, there's a lot of opportunities in the horticulture sector. So I think that knowledge of horticulture really opens up a lot of doors, and it allows the student to position themselves to be very competitive in the marketplace. And I think that's been kind of the one thing that we need to do more as a horticulture society and as individuals is market the positive and the great opportunities we have as horticultural scientists. If we're well trained, there's just a wide diversity. Jobs are getting much more prevalent now in the horticulture sector, from basic jobs in molecular biology, functional genomics, to very practical and applied jobs in the extension field and teaching field. So it's a great profession, a lot of opportunities, good jobs, safe jobs, providing good quality products, physically, mentally, to a lot of people. So it's just a wonderful profession, and still very, very passionate about it. A lot of new knowledge, every year, new technologies, new information. And, we're all learning. We're in the education business. And so we all appreciate the opportunities to network with each other and attend our national meetings here and learn more and continue to develop the strength and sustainability of our horticulture sector.
Okay, I understand from the interview that you have so many international collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't mind, can you just give us 1 or 2 examples and what's your experience with this international collaboration?
Yes, thank you for asking, Ahmed. So yeah, I've been really, really fortunate over the years. I've worked in literally over 80 countries throughout the world, focusing on the development of the specialty crop sector, from technical information to research and development to training, working with international governments, private sector, et cetera. Every country in Latin America, from Mexico, Central America, throughout South America, Caribbean, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia. So it's been just a wonderful learning experience for me, and it's the opportunities to help others, provide, again, solutions to some of their challenges. I think one of the things that's really using my knowledge and information, maybe more from a practical standpoint from my experiences when I was young, growing up on a diversified fruit and vegetable farm, using some of that knowledge and information supplemented by the university type experiences to allow growers in other countries, lesser developed countries, to produce and develop strong specialty crop export industries, berry crops, fruits, and vegetables that have developed into significant sustainable export industries over many decades. It takes a long time, but there's a foundation that has to be laid. There's growers that have to take risks, and you help them. And if we look at the world today, what's happened over the last, literally the last 30 years, and I've been very blessed by the opportunity to work in all of these countries, what's happened horticulturally, where some countries 30 years ago were really very, very small producers and now are major significant exporters of specialty crops, horticultural crops. I look at countries where, like Peru and in South America, Mexico, Central America, major exporter of winter vegetables. Of course, Mexico, one of the leading providers of fruits and vegetables, not only to North America, other countries in the US and Canada, but also through Europe, Egypt, North Africa. Ahmad had a lot of opportunities to work in your country, your home country, Morocco as well, Egypt, developing their strawberry sector, mango sector for the European market. So that's been really rewarding, and I think that those opportunities are going to continue to exist. So understand that a lot of good knowledge and information out there from a lot of different countries. I think from a private sector standpoint, working with the industry in our country helps us develop stronger collaboration with other countries. I think there's a lot of challenges globally that we learn from collaborating with other countries that are applicable to our challenges here in the United States, whether it's a pest or an insect or some other challenge. So I think maybe introducing some non-traditional high-value specialty crops to countries that never produced these crops in the past, and then over the years kind of helping the industry, the sector, in a small part, develop a strong sustainable, economically and environmentally sustainable, high-value export sector of horticultural crops, which means often millions of dollars and thousands of jobs for lesser developed countries and consumers year-round supplies of high-quality, nutritious, delicious food. As you know, the Northern Hemisphere countries, North America here and Europe, Northern Europe, and some of the Asian northern countries, obviously seasonal production exists, but if that can be supplemented with off-season fresh products from other countries in Asia, Africa, Latin America, that allows consumers the year-round consistency of high-quality fruits and vegetables and ornamental crops.
Okay, at the end, I would like to thank Dr. Picha on behalf of the media committee and the ASHS for giving us this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ahmed. It's an honor and a pleasure to be interviewed.